Hello guys, it's been a while. Welcome to another ranking entire nerf series. Today we are looking at accustrike. Accustrike was actually pretty dang advanced for its era, having very accurate darts, better than most other things. People were even cutting them down to use them because they were so good. And Nerf really never used it and never did anything with it. It's probably one of Nerf's biggest wastes in a line. It is so bad. This line consists of only 7 blasters, but I'm gonna count one. So there's gonna be 8 blasters, you'll see when that comes up. But yeah. I'm really sad that Nerf really didn't do much with this line and then killed it off. It was really just remakes of other blasters, and then it was gone. With that, let's start out with number 8. Is the quadrat. Is the quadrat. The quadrat, sorry. This thing is one of the worst Nerf guns I've ever picked up in my life. I actually own one. I'm not sure what came first, this one or the actual Nerf Elite one. But no matter what, it did get reskinned, and it just does not belong in this line. It's not good. It's big. It has a small 4-shot cylinder that's just really big. Handle is okay. Trigger, It's just an okay blaster. The thing is, this thing is so underpowered. It's just terrible. Like, actually, it shoots. It literally shoots like old N series. End strike. It shoots like old end strike, sorry. It just is awful. It does not have any performance whatsoever, and it only comes with 4 accustrike rounds, and this was a terrible addition, even though it's maybe one of the only ones that they actually had not a reskin. This was the original one, and then they reskinned it, or that could be different. I'm not completely sure. With that, let's move on to number 7. Number 7 is the Falcon Fire. The Falcon Fire makes sense for this line. I'm okay with this one, but it's not good whatsoever. It's a breech loader. Prime it from the top, load it 1 dart in, shut it. Has 2 darts of onboard capacity, 1 tack rail underneath the dart storage. Handle is actually pretty nice. Trigger sucks, but the handle has it has like rubber on it. It has like grippling stuff. Actual rubber that is actually nice in the hand. And also this round sight at the front is my favorite sights. This one really didn't do it that well, because why do you need 3 back sights? Nerf, please explain. And yeah, the front brown sight is actually pretty nice. I do like it. And the breech loader to prime it back actually has some grippling on there too, the little lines where you can actually get a grip. But in the end, it's still a breech loader. It's still only 1 round. Yes, there was a mod that you could do to it that would make it really good for some 3D printed parts, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about just the blaster. 1 round. Cool looking blaster, but still 1 round breech loader. Came with like 6 darts or 4 darts of accustrike, and yeah, it just really just wasn't it still. At 6 is just a complete rip-off reskin, the Strato Hawk. It's just a rapid strike. And flywheelers do not work well with accustrike rounds. So yeah, this blaster they used rounds that wasn't even good for it, and they did nothing to the internals to actually fix it at all. They just reskinned it. It doesn't even look better. It's just too much orange. There's a little bit of white, gray, and black. There's just way too much orange. And they're like, let's give you a sniper scope on a machine gun. And everyone knows that scope. That scope's awful. And then a front barrel too. Why not? And 25 round capacity. Why not throw that in there too? this thing is stock. So when this came out, the Rapid Strike, when it first came out, was awesome. But when this one came out, it's way outdated and fires way too slow and does not have any power behind those rounds. It is not good, and I had to put it here because it's still 25 rounds, and yes, you do only get 25 rounds. Yeah, Nerf, you're definitely doing good. This was the pretty much end of this line when they just decided, oh, we can reskin stuff instead of actually making cool blasters that used accustrike rounds. And it's really sad to see. But that's all I have to say with this. Everyone knows Rapid Strike. Full auto, went for, stock is pretty slow and bogged down and, doesn't really have that much power. 5 is the Talon Strike. This is just the nerf Zombie Strike 1. But at least that one came with a holster. This one doesn't, but I still have to give it its props because it is a good blaster. It it is really nice handle. Trigger is good. Top prime, one shot. Yes, I did put this above the other one, but I don't care. This one I just think is a better, just ergonomically blaster. Like, it's very nice. Doesn't come with a holster anymore. Comes with a dumb, crappy target. And I'm pretty sure it comes with only 2 or 3 rounds. Barely enough to fill it, or maybe not enough to fill it. I think it's 3. But yeah. 2 rounds of onboard storage. One shot. Then attack rail underneath the storage once again. But this blaster is just a ergonomic masterpiece. It's actually really nice. But it is just a complete reskin of another older blaster. And it doesn't even come with the holster, which made that blaster. It's sad to say that this is right before the halfway point, and Nerf, you just failed accustrike so bad. It's really, really sad. At 4, the Raptor Strike. Finally, something that was actually showed somewhat of accustrike's potential. A sniper, kind of, that does not even have a scope. It has a flip-up sight, which sucks. But it does have a round front sight, so that is cool. And I've held this blaster once at a thrift store, and it's actually pretty nice to hold. It comes with a cool bipod and these really cool white like sniper magazines with a little, the curve at the bottom. I think it came with 2 of those, one in the stock, and I think it came with 18 rounds, probably. I think it was a little bit more, or 12. It was probably 12. But things with this one, also handle had that cool, also rubber grip, which is awesome. Trigger release and trigger are actually pretty nice on this blaster. Scope is terrible. Its actual jam door is terrible too, because it's really cheap plastic. But this was actually one of the first blasters released, and it actually had some pretty good hope. This thing was hopeful. This thing was cool. And then it never got better, didn't really go anywhere. And yeah, this is one of the better blasters on this list, but it never really went anywhere, and it's sad to say. At 3 is actually is a surprise to me too, but I actually really like this blaster, the Alpha Hawk. It's just a 5-shot. No, it's 5. Yes, it is a 5-shot cylinder blaster. Sorry, I don't remember. That's side prime. They're plastic inserts, but there's 2 of them, so you can put them on each side. Not like Nerf does anymore. It's tack rail for a scope, tack rail for a bipod. And this blaster was just pretty fun. It was a good size. Even though it was only 5 rounds, it really fit. It really just fit well. The stock was awesome. it was just very nice. I really liked it, and the round scope at the front, amazing. Don't know why they put the piece of plastic behind it, but I usually just chop that off. And the cylinder also comes out. It does the dropout thing, which is also cool, and it's just really fun. And this cylinder is a really easy spin, and it's a really nice clicking sound. So, for like just a fun, like plinking, just mess around blaster, this is it. This is definitely it, and it was definitely a cool add-on to accustrike. Sorry, it was just a really nice add-on, and still one of the first blasters that was released. The first line was about it, which I'm sorry to say, I'm pretty sure that's how it's going to be for Mega XL 2. You have the first run of 3, and then nothing much else. And I think that's how it's going to be for Mega XL 2, because we haven't seen anything for Mega XL. I think Mega XL's already dead after 3 blasters. But that went the same way as accustrike. Sorry, I'm getting the names mixed up. Accustrike, because after 3 blasters, they did some little things, reskins, and then that was pretty much it, which is a shame. At number 2 is that the Accu Trooper. They didn't even try on this one. This is the Alpha Trooper. That's what this is. It is a old blaster. This is the reskinned of the Elite one, which came with 25 rounds, a ripoff of the Worker stock, but just less plastic, and feels way worse. Ripoff none the least. And it gave you a front barrel to put barrel lugs on, to put barrels on. Putting barrels on an even long barrel, because this barrel is also long. It's pump action. It's what is it? It is slam fire, and is just the Elite version of it. It was a reskin. You got 25 rounds, and this was also the end. After this guy, it was over. This one and the other one. It was a shame that this is the best blaster that they ever released, and it was a reskin of an older blaster. And yeah. But what is number 1? I'm going to count it. I don't care what anyone says, I'm going to count it because it's the only thing that really showed accustrike's potential, which is the Pro Strife, because it used accustrike rounds, half-dart accustrike rounds, and I'm going to count it. I do not care. This is what accustrike should have been. Maybe not this powerful, but something like this. And heck, even now, all of the Pro Strife X's on like Amazon stuff are gone. It's all gone. It's been erased. But this thing was powerful. It had half accustrike rounds, which are even better. Which what people were doing, literally like 10 years prior to this, people were doing that. Well, like 5 or 7 years prior. It has a rechargeable battery pack. It has half-dart magazines, and it hits, I forget, I think it's like 120 to 150, something like that. And it's just a Strife that's been overhauled and has a few other things in here, so you can't just put, the Strife parts on it and stuff. But it does not have, Strife, like worker parts on it. You can't do that. It does have no barrel lug. It has no tactical rail. They have the weird rival rails. And 1 stock attachment point. This thing is an upgrade and a downgrade for the original Strife. If you want a powerful Strife, this is it. And this is what accustrike should have been. It was capable of this all the time, and it's been proven by Nerf with this one blaster. And they just didn't do anything with it, and this one barely counts, just because I'm counting the darts. And accustrike had so much hope. It was just shining light, and then Nerf did nothing with it. Not even a thing. This accustrike rounds are still the greatest darts Nerf has ever made. They're better than Elites, better than Megas, better than Mega XLs, better than Rival, better than Hyper, way better than Ultra, way better than the new N series, better than the Elite darts, better than anything they've made. And they still do not use them. accustrike, you deserved way better. But it's time to sign you off for the last time. Sorry guys, this video was just so sad. accustrike really just got shafted by Nerf. And with that, thank you guys so much for watching. I have many other videos of ranking series if you want to take a look at that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope to see you next time. Bye bye.